Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about divine mission, specifically twin flames divine mission. So twin flames have been separated for many lifetimes as to learn and grow separately, as to pay off karmic debt and learn karmic lessons lifetime after lifetime and after lifetime, for the purpose of guiding humanity through ascension that's happening on this planet collectively. And for the last few years, humanity has been waking up to the truth within their souls, waking up to their divine purpose. Now, this happens through spiritual awakening, but it can also happen when twin flames trigger each other into spiritual awakening as well. So the main mission, the main divine mission for twin flames is love. It is to bring humanity back to a place of unconditional love. And that's not just in relationships. It is with unconditional love within ourselves first. For lifetimes, we have been seeking outside ourselves for something that's already within us. The light, the love, the purpose we truly seek is actually within all of us. But for generations, we have been led to seek for something outside of ourselves for validation, seek for approval for validation, seek for comfort externally for validation. This has led us to settle in mediocre relationships. We've been taught to seek for stability and security rather than seek for that fairy tale love. Like, you can have it all. You can have the love, the stability, the security within the relationship. But what we've given up, society has given up believing in love. Society has given up believing that true love can exist because of what we've seen for generations. Because of what we've been led to believe for generations. You know, and it's generational. It's generational learning. But we have only witnessed toxic relationship patterns. We have adopted these toxic relationship patterns, but we've also, this has led us to seek desperately for a love outside of us. And the whole concept of twin flames and twin flame mission is to teach people how to find that love within themselves. Before you can actually look for it, you don't need it in an external source. What we need to start doing is believing true love can exist. Find that love within ourselves first, and then attract somebody who's equally on that vibration, and then share in that harmony together. But if we're consistently seeking outside of ourselves for validation and for love, we're going to end up attracting the wrong relationships, or we're going to try and end up fitting somebody else into our box, trying to force somebody to love us. You know, and when somebody has when we all have a divine counterpart of some kind, whether it's a soulmate or a twin flame, you can't force somebody else to love you. But you can't even do that really if you don't love yourself first. Because when we seek outside of ourselves, this leaves off a vibration of desperation. And we're seeking outside for the wrong thing. Before I started my spiritual awakening, you know, I did things for society's norms. I did things for society's validation. Like, I did things that would be accepted by other people, to be accepted by humanity or by society, by my family, by friends. So, like, when I started spiritual awakening, when I started to question my intuition, when I started to question the truth within my soul, I used this very productive question. Every time I did anything, I was like, is this making me happy or is it making society happy? And this is something that I live by now. Is it making me happy or is it making society happy? We need to ask ourselves, am I pursuing this because it's for me, or am I pursuing this because my parents would think it's okay, or my friends or my family or my partner will think it's okay? Do you know, will society approve of me doing this? And we need to break outside that box. We need to break outside that belief system. Like, a lot of the time I speak about twin flames or spiritual awakening, people are going to say that I'm crazy or that I'm away with the fairies, and they're going to think I'm insane, bipolar, whatever you want to call me. And that's fine. If you want to stay conditioned in the world of lies and believe that I'm crazy, you do that. That's your own opinion and you're entitled to it. I'm not here to force you to wake up. I'm here to guide humanity back to the truth. And if you want to stay conditioned in the lies and tell me I'm a liar, then you do that. That's fine. That's not for me to judge, because you can't shake somebody awake. You have to plant a seed, and if they come with you, that's great. But we have to start figuring out, rediscovering and re-remembering the truth within our souls. Remember that real love, true love, does exist, but it starts within us. It starts in here. And that's the thing. For most of my life, I barely liked myself. I had so many unhealed traumas. I never thought I could ever love myself until now, until I started spiritual awakening, until I discovered my truth. And so, I always sought outside myself for love. And that led to me desperately seeking external validation. This led for me attracting narcissistic relationships. This led for me to cling on to every partner for dear life with fear. My inner child was crying out to be loved, but it was fear of being alone. And that was it. I had such, growing up, I suffered from anxiety and depression. My friends were my support network. They were what kept me alive, what kept me going, gave me drive. And when I sought for love in my teenage years especially, it was so unhealthy. I craved so much to be loved. Unconsciously, I didn't even realize why. Consciously, I didn't realize why, because unconsciously, it was my inner child crying out to be loved. And this is the thing, with this kind of, between the lack of self-love and between what we've learned for generations, we were attracting the wrong kind of relationship. But even when we did attract the wrong relationship, we clung onto it too tightly because we were so scared of being alone, so scared of not being loved. But you need to bring that love to yourself first. You really do. And then when you do that inner healing, this is the concept of twin flame mission, of twin flame connection, of twin flame union. They trigger within you your spiritual awakening. They mirror back to you the darkness within you, but they also mirror back to you the light within you. And they give you that, it's like your twin flame gives you that spark again, the spark of hope. Because before I recognized my twin flame, I discovered twin flames, and I discovered what they were, and I did a lot of research on it. And it gave me that spark of hope. And even a couple of friends a couple of years ago, I grew up seeing a very toxic template of relationships. I never saw true love. And anytime I saw a relationship, I used to see resentment within those relationships. I never saw this true love. And it was an alien concept. It's an alien concept for me. And then I met a few friends and new friends, and they actually brought some color into my life. And they made me, I used to look at them kind of going, there was a few couples in particular. And I used to look at them going, they're a bit strange, aren't they? But it wasn't that. It was the fact that I actually saw love within their relationships, and it was the first time I had ever seen that. And I was like, oh, right, love is real. Love can be found. It took me a lot of years and a lot of different learning and a lot of what I saw and unlearning that, and actually to believe that true love can exist. And this was around the same time that I started to discover what twin flames were. And it did give me that spark of hope. And I was like, wow, is love real? Can love be found? And that's what we needed to learn. What we need to learn when it comes to twin flames. Before you actually meet your twin flame, you finally get this trigger within you that maybe love can exist. Maybe true love can be had. So it sets you on this kind of a mission. It sets you on this kind of quest. It's like, maybe I'll wait for something. And then that's when you realise that, we've settled for so long. We have these dating apps, we have other ways of connecting with people, going to the pub at the weekends. This was what I used to do in the past. And you'd meet casual relationships, and you'd get too intense too quickly, and it was unhealthy. But they're all lessons at the end of the day. But what I'm trying to say is that we'd latch on to something for dear life because of fear of being alone. And that's because of our unhealed wounds. So the trigger of twin flame relationships, the trigger of divine mission is to get on a quest for unconditional love, to find that love within ourselves, to find that love for everything around us, and then to come into divine union and harmony with our twin flame and to guide others, guide humanity on this quest for true love. And that's what it is. Unconditional love is the divine mission of twin flames. It's the mission of spiritually awakening as well, because we're all here as light workers to guide humanity to a better way of living. We're bringing humanity out of the dark ages, so fear, lack, greed, pain, depression, darkness, into a new life of love, unconditional love, light, abundance, opportunities, adventure, excitement. We're changing the way people live. And that's what spiritually awakened light workers are doing. We're guiding humanity. But when it comes to twin flames and twin flames mission, the main objective is love. It's to teach people and to guide people to look within themselves, to stop looking outside ourselves for external validation. Look within ourselves. That's where the light is. That's where the magic is, within our own hearts and within our own souls. So the purpose of the triggering twin flames do for each other is to awaken ourselves up to the growth and learning we've done for many lifetimes, and finally bring that together. Be free within ourselves to find that unconditional love, to be able to spread that throughout humanity. Like, as I said, I struggled to even like myself for so many years. And now I love everything about myself. I love who I am. And I love even the parts of myself that I once hated. Because we can't regret things, because all of it is a part of the growth. We become who we are because of the things that happen to us, whether they're good or bad. So we actually have to appreciate the darkness and the light. But we have to understand that we're here for divine purpose. We're here to spread this love around the world. But we need to find it within ourselves first. We need to learn our karmic lessons. We need to separate ourselves from those toxic relationships. We need to start aspiring, this whole thing with humanity. It's like, get married before you're 30, have kids before you're 25. My granny got married when she was 18. She had her first child around the same time. You know what I mean? 18 years of age is we're not living in the Stone Age anymore. And that's what it was. It was practically the Stone Age, because they lived for security. They married for security. They married older men. Women married older men for security. A man married someone to replace his wife. And that's what they did. They married a mother. You know what I mean? They married somebody who was a clone of their mother or a clone of their father, which isn't healthy, especially when you come from a toxic relationship or toxic family relationship. You're marrying somebody to replace something that's outdated. You're marrying something that is outdated. We need to start marrying again for love. We need to start believing that true love is out there. But first start finding the unconditional love and the independence within ourselves. Stop marrying for what society has told you to marry for. Start marrying for your soul. But first cleanse your soul so that you can attract in that love. And when you cleanse your soul, when you clean or, heal that karmic debt, when you find that love within yourself first, you're not going to settle. You're not going to settle for that love or that fake love. You're not going to settle for the security. You're not going to settle, because that's what happens. People marry for security and stability. They marry someone older than them because they think they need protecting. And then all of a sudden, years and years pass and they end up resenting each other because they married the wrong person. They married somebody that wasn't their soulmate or wasn't their twin flame. And at the start of that relationship anyway, when you do marry for that kind of security, you end up trying to fit the other person into your box. And they try to fit you into your box. And then you end up changing each other into people that don't, into people that aren't you. And that leads to more resentment because you're living out of you're living so out of alignment with your soul. It leads to more hate and more greed. We need to stop being in such of a rush to be settled down and married before a certain age or certain timeline, because times have changed. The life expectancy is longer, but we don't have to be married by 30 anymore because we're living our lives first. It is so much better to learn who you are outside of relationships before you get into a relationship. Because when we're getting into relationships early on, we're getting in and we're changing as we grow. And unless you marry your soulmate or your twin flame early on, and then you grow and learn and love together, it would be imbalanced. If you marry the wrong person too early and then you're trying to find yourself within that relationship and that person has to find themselves as well, you'll end up drifting apart or turning against each other. So you do really need to start understanding within you who you are first. Unlearn all that toxic behavior. Don't follow the same relationship patterns anymore. And start to follow love. Start to believe that love can exist. Look for that love within yourself. Stop seeking outside yourself for that love. This is what Twin Flame mission is all about. We are here to guide Twin Flames connect, to unlearn all this stuff, to find unconditional love within themselves first, unconditional love for themselves, for everything and everyone on this planet, and then together we guide humanity to do the same. We guide humanity to find that love within themselves first, then to find that love outside themselves. Do you know, like a healthy relationship, twin flames coming together when they're fully healed, true divine soulmates coming together when they're fully healed, they come together equally. They come together to help each other grow. And then together they have this joint divine mission to guide humanity to do the same. So trust that, but look within yourself for that light. Look within yourself for that love first. Stop looking outside yourself for this relationship that isn't what you want. Ask yourself, does it make you happy or does it make society happy? Then seek for what makes you happy. And ask yourself that every time I try something new. Like, I don't need to do that anymore. But at the start of my spiritual awakening, every time I tried something new, I was like, is this for me or is this for society? And if it was for me, I would continue with it. Now I know that I'm doing stuff for me. This is my happiness that I choose. My unconditional love that I choose. And I do love myself now. And I do love everything around me. I've forgiven myself and anything that I needed to, or anyone that I needed to forgive. Because that's what it is about. It is about unconditional love. Unconditional love for each other, for humanity, for everyone, for everything on this planet. This is what divine mission is for Twin Flames. It is to guide humanity back to true love. It is to make people believe that true love does exist. To make people believe in love within themselves. To not make people seek for external validation. For help people to unite in divine harmony. Not to get into these relationships to change a person and then end up resenting that person. Not to settle for mediocre. Not to settle for what society wants or what your parents want or what the fucking neighbour wants. You know, that's what people do. It's like, oh my God, what would the neighbours say? Fuck everyone. I'm sorry for saying that. No, don't fuck everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. What I mean is fuck what everyone thinks. The only thing, and I don't mean that in a bad way either, but what I mean is just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Don't get married because it's okay with the neighbours or your parents or society. Get married because you want to, and get married to the person you love. You know what I mean? Don't be seeking for other people's approval. You only need to approve of yourself. And that's what it's all about. Approve of yourself first. You know, validate yourself. Love yourself. Seek within you for that love. That's what it's all about. That's where it is. This is where the light is. Right here. Stop looking outside yourself for approval. Look within yourself. The divine mission on this planet, for the divine purpose of us twin flames on this planet, is to guide humanity back to love. And that love is right inside you. Stop looking outside yourself for it. Look within. Do that inner healing. Do that excavation of all that karma and all that trauma. Do that inner healing. Face those demons, because right in here, that's where the magic, that's where the colour is, that's where the rainbow is. That's where the love is. It's within you. And that's why we're here on this planet, to guide humanity through ascension. But twin flames are here to guide humanity back to love. Guide each other back to love first, and then together they will guide humanity back to a real way of loving, back to a new relationship template, back to healthy love, unconditional love, equal love, and not settling for mediocre, not settling for security and stability. Know that true love is out there for you. Know that your divine counterpart is out there for you. But you need to come into union within yourself first. Come into unconditional love within yourself first, and then you can use this with your partner, with your twin flame, in joint mission to guide humanity back to that love as well. So look for that light within. Seek inside yourself first. Don't be looking outside yourself for that relationship or that love until you're ready and until you learn who you are first. Love yourself first, and then that love will gravitate towards you. So thank you so much for listening today, and I hope this resonates. If it does, please like, share and subscribe to my channel so that I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks. See you again.